We'll just do it right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 70, the Always Chillin' Podcast.
70.
Skinny D and the Sandman here in the barbershop. Once again, had to start the show. All of a sudden, surprise start because you want to talk about Howard's Day, and I would have forgot. If we don't talk about it right now, I'm going to forget.
Howard's Day. Howard's Day. It's coming up, I think, May.
It's a prison thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nebraska State Penitentiary holiday. I can't remember if the dude's last name was Howard or if his first name was Howard. But this was back in the 30s or 40s. You know, it was the Nebraska State Penitentiary.
Oh, this is like some old stuff.
Yeah, this is some old shit.
This is like legendary.
Legendary shit, bro.
Okay.
Like in the 30s and 40s, and even before that. Some prisons may still do this. I haven't seen a whole lot because there's some like psychological issues that it caused. Like where prisons, they used to wear stripes. Everybody wore stripes.
Yeah, like that.
In prisons, man, like all the paint and shit, it's all gray or some. I've seen pink, you know, like the floor, the patterns in the floor. It's all to keep you docile while you're locked in, right? Well, back in the 40s, Howard filed suit to get the guys to not wear stripes anymore. Took it to court, all the way like to Supreme Court and shit, and fought this shit. And he finally won. So the inmates were allowed to wear, back then, I think it was dungarees and denim tops and navy boots. They still wear navy jump boots. Mm-hmm. Like when I went to prison, we got navy jump boots. The same boots that Navy guys get when they go to their boot camp or whatever they call it. So that's what they started wearing them. So on Howard's Day, this is the only day in the penitentiary where you get real food. Like they'll bring in hot dogs, real burgers and shit, real ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, man. They celebrate this shit, bro.
Wow.
Only in prison though, not on the streets. Unless you've been to prison, you don't know about Howard's Day.
I mean, I would get like the inmates celebrating it, but for it to be like an officially sponsored, like we're bringing in the best food of the year.
Yeah, man.
Like not even for New Year's, you don't get good stuff.
Nah, not New Year's. They don't celebrate New Year's. I think we get good food like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but it's not like off the grill. You know what I mean? It ain't real shit. You know what I mean? Howard's Day, you get real dogs, real burgers, fucking chips. You know what I mean? Ice cream.
Yeah, it's weird that
Kool-Aid and shit. It's a real big thing in the Nebraska prison system.
Huh.
Tecumseh, NSP, OCC, LCC, they all do it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit. We was talking about that the just today. Matter of fact,
apparently in New York State, they banned the color orange for prisoners. They issue uniforms that are hunter green, and they let inmates wear their own T-shirts.
Okay, probably the same thing.
Yeah, something similar.
Yeah. Stripes, man. Something about the stripes. It was like psychological damage to inmates and shit.
Yeah, I'm googling a history of prison stripes. Let's check this out. This is from Handwoven Magazine, some like knitting magazine or something. But it's a history of prison stripes. Let's see. It goes back to the Auburn prison system. Started in New York in the 1820s. They all wore black and white uniforms covered in stripes. The stripes were to symbolize prison bars, so that even when they weren't inside, they were still like they still had bars on them.
Oh,
yeah. So it's oppressive, you know.
Oh yes. I totally understand that.
Real mental thing there. The uniforms made prisoners immediately recognizable as criminals. So if a prisoner ever escaped, they're like, "Oh,
that's the obvious one. That's the obvious
prisoner." By the mid 20th century, stripes fell out of favor, and solid colored jumpsuits became the norm. It says in recent years, though,
bringing them shits back.
Yeah, the striped prison uniform has been making a comeback as more prisons are abandoning the orange jumpsuit. In fact, prison supplier Bob Barker. Wait, Bob Barker, no relation to the former game show host, it says. Different Bob Barker, this says. Has a whole line of striped jumpsuits available in a rainbow of colors.
A rainbow of colors.
Yeah, I'm going to the way. It's It's bobbarker.com, and they sell just like just prison clothes,
Yeah, that's that shit right there. You
disposable
gonna get everything but red and blue.
disposable clothing, bottoms, jumpsuits, outerwear, workwear, sweats and pajamas,
So
undergarments.
that's to be sold to prisons, or people in the streets can buy that shit.
I don't know. Let me see. Let me get one of these Bob Barker blanket lined work coats.
Because
See what
believe it
this
or not,
is.
man, the prison jacket that you get when you
that's what
get out of prison here,
I'm kind of looking at
yeah, that's
some
definitely a prison jacket.
some jackets right now, but yeah, you can just buy one of them.
Like,
$32.
motherfuckers want them prison jackets when like when I get out, when I got out, motherfuckers run up to me and ask me to buy my jacket and shit.
You can get it in blue, khaki, or orange. Yeah, you just go to bobbarker.com and you can just buy all this
Get
shit.
you some prison shit. Go
You can
ahead
just,
if
you
you
can
want
just
to.
buy a whole
There's just some shit I'll never wear again, man.
prison outfit. Yeah, I still wear my Marine Corps shit every once in a while, obviously.
That's official right there.
Yeah.
That's official.
Yeah, man, yeah. I didn't used to. I used to think that was lame or whatever, but then it's like, who cares?
That's interesting. That's interesting you say that, bro. Because let me tell you how I feel about camo.
Yeah.
Or would that be considered camo?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never owned a camo piece of clothing.
Yeah.
I always thought it was lame, like what's the word? Like a poser. Like, not that I didn't deserve to wear this, but I didn't deserve to wear this. I didn't feel right wearing it.
Yeah. I think it's
So that's interesting. That's interesting you say that.
I don't think a camo like that. It just felt like I got out of the Marine Corps and I wouldn't wear stuff like I would wear this like around the house if I'm cold, but I wouldn't wear it out of the house.
Well, if somebody
for a long
asked you,
time.
you know, like you got that jacket on, you can be like, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever asked. I don't think anybody ever would, and it's like,
well, not in Nebraska.
I don't know, and it just seems kind of like a bummy thing to do too, to just roll around in this ratty old jacket, you know. But it's comfy and it's warm, and like the stuff they gave me was good shit. I wear it like
United States military,
like the grid
shit,
fleece thing that I wear sometimes. That brown thing, that's what I call it, my brown thing. I'm like, babe, where's my brown thing at? But that thing's warm, man. It's really like. It's nice.
Shit. I mean, I guess it.
Yeah, this jacket. I mean, it's comfy. It
works. Yeah,
I got a bunch of shit still.
I don't think I've ever owned anything camo.
Bunch of face masks and shit.
Oh shit, you still got all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never wear khakis again.
Just khakis at all.
Just not that color.
Mm-hmm.
That khaki color. I just couldn't. I can't do it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Ever again.
Yeah.
T-shirts. I don't know. I think when I die and instead of burying me in a suit, man, just bury me in a black T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be all right.
Yeah, cool.
They ain't gonna see my legs. You know what I mean? I can be naked under there. I don't give a fuck. Just put me a black T-shirt on, and I'll be all right.
Yeah, they sell all kinds of.
No shit.
All kinds of tops.
I guess in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s, motherfuckers was rocking that shit. Naughty by Nature, Snoop, NWA. Yeah, that was all prison shit they was wearing. Ben Davis for the old heads out there. I don't know.
Got black stripes, green stripes, blue stripes, orange stripes, red stripes. Comes all the way up to 8XL.
That's a big motherfucker.
A big boy.
That's a big motherfucker, man. God damn. I knew some big motherfuckers in there like that.
Yeah, you can just get on here and just buy one and just have it shipped to your house if you want.
I'm good.
Yeah, not you, but saying if anybody you're looking for, it's honestly probably cheaper than like a prisoner like Halloween costume.
I'll walk around in that shit, boy. They gonna be like, get him.
It's like $10.
Get him. There he is.
But these jackets, I actually don't mind how these jackets look.
Yeah, some of the jackets go hard.
Yeah, some of these jackets aren't like super obviously prison
jackets go hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been paying attention to that Chinese like spy balloon thing?
Okay.
At all?
Let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like when you catch a motherfucker over your skies spying on you, is that not an act of war? Necessarily? I mean,
yeah, I don't. It's definitely questionable.
Shouldn't you be like, hey man, what's up? You know, what's up with this?
Yeah, I think it's just like we just shoot it down and then it's over, kind of thing. I think that's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, my wife's like she's bugging about it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely something to bug about. I mean,
Yeah.
it ain't something to giggle about.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah, it's
mean,
just like these old dudes that run the world are making decisions that I have nothing to do with and I can't do anything about. And
we ain't never gonna know nothing about.
yeah, I mean, if they if they decide to start
Did
having a
China
dick
say, yeah,
measuring
that's our
contest-
shit? Did they say, yeah, that's our shit?
Yeah, they didn't say it was a spy balloon.
They didn't
They
say
said it was like a civilian thing off course. But and then we shot it down and then they said that they were pissed about that. And they're like, we'll respond however we feel like, basically, is what they said.
off
They're like,
course.
we're
Like,
with-
where
we're
was it?
within our-
Where was it? Like, what
It was
state?
in Montana. Billings, Montana.
That's a lot off course,
I think.
motherfucker.
But yeah, they waited until it got over the ocean and then they
That's all the way over. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a lot.
Did
off
it
course.
go over the whole country? Cause
Siberia and all that shit? And
well, because it was in Montana, and then I thought the thing said they shot it down over the Atlantic Ocean, so it would have went from Montana all the way, like
to the East
all
Coast.
the way across. So it would have come from the West Coast for sure.
For sure.
My wife showed me this TikTok. It was like, man, when China gets that balloon back, they're gonna be like, man, they got a lot of Dollar Generals.
A lot of cases and shit.
Yeah.
Or
Man, they got a lot of Dollar Generals.
or those are really our satellites.
Yeah, well, and that's what I always say too when people are when people are talking about shit like that. It's like, well, we have like 400 spy balloons
You
over
know what I
there.
mean? We probably
know, like,
that's
we
our
have-
shit.
We have these Chinese dudes that are actually American that are like part of their government.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do the same thing to us. It's just like,
Who knows?
yeah, it's been going on forever. Forever
Who
and
knows?
ever and
Who
ever.
knows? Somebody might have lost track of their shit and claims some shit. Yeah, like I
And
said,
it's like, what are they going to see in a spy balloon that they can't see from like Google Earth? Like, why wouldn't they have satellites?
over fucking Montana for
You know,
one.
like-
Ain't shit there.
Yeah, like they can see stuff from space now. Like the balloon, I don't know.
I
A
don't-
balloon just seems weird. It just seems like China was like fucking her. They just want to see what we would do, probably.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call scare tactics on this. Just
What do you
trying
mean?
to- Just keep the trying to keep the people in check, sort of say. Keep people in fear.
Oh, so like it's a
Keep people from wondering about what's really going on.
yeah.
Because everybody's worried about this fucking balloon in the sky.
Mhm.
Not knowing, and these motherfuckers finding documents in everybody's goddamn garage, and
Yeah,
everybody's
but
talking about this
I don't
fucking
know.
balloon. I mean, I would think if China sent some shit over here, United States shot that shit down, we need to talk. But then again, like I said, I don't believe that's ever gonna happen because I think you said it before. Like, even if it didn't come to that, who's you gonna be king of the rubble after all this?
Yeah, like
What you gonna be the king of?
nobody
after
wants
that?
the world to end.
Nobody wants the world to end. What you gonna rule after that?
Well, and we have so much money wrapped up in China, and China has
And
so
they
much
got
money
so much
wrapped
money
up in
wrapped
us.
up in us. There's too much money and there's too much real estate,
Yeah,
too much power, too much gain for two motherfuckers to just say, "Hey, fuck you, fuck you."
yeah,
I don't believe that.
yeah. I don't know. It's worse shit has happened, but I feel like we're out of the World War thing.
I just don't think it's the style no more. I don't
Yeah.
think, and that's funny you say that too. I don't think war is really the style anymore. I don't think people want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless
This
you're-
Ukraine thing's been going on
yeah,
a long
unless
time.
you unless you're him. But even
And
you
we
know-
just got out of like a 30-year fucking ordeal.
yeah, I don't think people are too quick to go back to that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think so, but also, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, the shit could. It's weird, man, because actually that shit could pop off at like any moment, really. That's why I just try not to worry about it, because it's like I could worry about it until it happens, and then life will suck anyways.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
So-
I could just sit here, at least having fun, for my last days.
and not even know.
Yeah, like,
just bright light.
Yeah,
So,
like I could worry about it, or I could play with my dogs. You know. I don't know.
yeah, I'm not a worrier. I'll be like, fuck that
Yeah.
shit. All the shit that I've been through and all the shit that I put myself through, all the self-inflicted shit, dog. One thing I never did was worry.
Yeah, well, it's like I don't know. Stuff's worked out so far,
You know what I'm saying?
and then maybe it'll work out forever. I don't
Maybe
know.
it'll work out forever.
So far, so good.
We got a new wave of motherfuckers coming. So maybe that shit. I don't know. We'll see, man.
Well, yeah. See, and then once these older school thinking people, like I don't know, once somebody's running Russia who like doesn't like I don't know doesn't hate gay people and shit, you know, like I don't know.
Didn't that motherfucker do some shit to where he's like president for like ever or something?
No,
shit?
I don't think so. I thought he did something to where like he made it so you can't charge past presidents with crimes,
Okay, that's
which
right.
I thought
that's
was
right.
interesting.
So
But he's gonna be done soon.
yeah, when's he done?
and then
When-
probably like another old dude will take over. That's not quite crazy yet, but eventually it'll be just like somebody who doesn't hate everybody and somebody who doesn't want to go to war and somebody who wants to do something good for the environment. You know, eventually somebody like that will probably be in charge of most places.
I hate to get these motherfuckers.
I mean, we're not even there yet. I don't
Yeah,
think.
no,
I don't
no,
think
no,
like
no,
our
by
president.
far.
Our president isn't even that interested in
No, by far.
a lot of that. But
Well, I don't even know if that motherfucker knows what's going on, dog.
yeah, I don't either. Honestly.
He's definitely been told what to say, what to do, and where to
Yeah,
go,
I don't know.
and which way to walk.
Yeah, it's concerning.
The old hand on the back, this way, that way, that way.
It's weird, man.
And
It's
this
super
motherfucker
weird.
said he's running again. Man, you better hope you make it out of this one, dog.
Yeah, it's just like I just don't feel like you resent
These
you,
motherfuckers will be 90-some years old.
Yeah, I don't feel like you represent me. That
You don't
well.
represent anybody anymore. I wish we could look up how many 90-some-year-old motherfuckers there is walking around here right now.
I'm sure we. I bet we can. How many people in U.S. are
85,
plus?
90-year-old motherfuckers. I bet they're real low
Hmm.
compared to 30-somethings.
In 2010, there was 1.9 million of them, which is a lot. But
It's a lot.
I'm just saying, me specifically, I don't feel represented that well.
Nah, not at all.
But it could be worse, I guess.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It could be worse. Trump thinks he's gonna win again. For
Yeah,
sure.
he talking like
He's like, he's like moving his stuff back in.
yeah, he talking like he's
got
talking.
a
He
U-
getting the U-Hauls
Yeah,
and
he's
all
got a
that
U-
shit rented.
He's got a U-Haul across the street with all his shit in it, just ready. He's like, I'm just waiting.
He laying down the law, man. What one thing for sure, this next run here is gonna be real comical.
It's gonna be, dude.
It's gonna be real comical.
It's that kind of worries me.
Like the debates and shit.
well,
dog, like-
not even the debates, but just like I don't know. Like, are people gonna try to invade the fucking Capitol building again? Is there gonna be fucking riots in the streets about like voter fraud and shit? Are motherfuckers gonna be trying to break into the vote counting
I
centers?
don't know,
Like,
man.
dang.
I don't know.
That shit was weird. That shit was super sketchy. Like, I didn't really get I didn't really get that sketched out about any of that until I saw the videos of the people like trying to break into the
like that was real. That
to
was
the
real.
ballot
That was
centers.
real. That was real shit. That was real. That was
Yeah, and I
definitely
was like,
real.
God damn.
That was definitely real shit.
Like, is it gonna be like that again? But then they're probably gonna want to make sure it's not gonna be like that. So they're gonna there's gonna be a ton of like militarized police everywhere, and then everyone's just
You
gonna be
took
like,
the words right out of my mouth.
everyone's just gonna be like, see, told you, see, this is what they're doing. The fucking liberals are
Took the word, and it'll
Uh,
probably
declaring
and
martial
it'll be
law.
bad, and it'll be bad
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of what happened last time.
yeah, it might.
Like no warning shots.
Seems like there's just a lot of history, man.
You know what I'm saying?
There's just a lot of history happened all of a sudden,
Yeah,
and it's just like maybe we should just get two new
that
people.
shit is definitely
Maybe
going
we
down
should
in
just
history.
get two new.
They're gonna talk about January 6th, 100 years from now.
Yeah, they are, man.
It might if
that
they
was
go
crazy.
back to textbooks, that shit's gonna be in there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't know, and maybe I'm going out on a limb. Maybe I'm hoping, but I would think, especially since COVID, Everybody sitting in the house and, people researching and falling in rabbit holes and finding some truth and finding out shit is bullshit, that people got smarter.
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe, just maybe it'll be a record low voting where motherfuckers is just like, why would I vote for either one of these motherfuckers? Maybe
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I don't know, man. I think it's
maybe
gonna
this will be that election where it'll be a record low, and they ain't got enough.
I don't know. I think
Is there a minimum?
I think Trump's gonna have a no. I think Trump's gonna have trouble winning the nomination because that DeSantis guy is he's polling better than him, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think he's I don't know. He's just lost a lot of his backing and shit, you know.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like right now getting sued by like the state of Georgia or some shit over some election stuff.
Because he tried to sue them over the
and he still has
count.
He
Because
still
he said
has
there
to
was
go.
a door open.
Yeah, he's still supposed to go like testify in front of this January 6th thing.
He
It's
pled
just
the
like,
fifth, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's some
man.
gangster shit.
It's just like I don't think you should be allowed to run for president right
That's some
now.
gangster shit.
You know,
You plead the fifth, dog. We all
you know, and then even Biden, like you had classified shit at your
y'all
house
find
too.
they
so,
finding
like,
shit in these motherfuckers' garages.
Maybe I
and-
don't think you should be allowed to run for
Maybe I don't
president
think-
either.
nah,
You know, maybe I
well-
think you should both be disqualified.
Mm. I don't know, man. Like
But
I
that's
said,
not how it works.
I'm looking for the comedy in all this.
Yeah, so now I have to sit here like planning for Trump to be president again, basically, just so that I'm not disappointed.
I don't know, man. What other clown we got out there?
Nobody.
Nobody. So it'd be the same fucking
Nobody's
clowns.
even talking about it. Yeah, it's just gonna be Trump versus Biden again, man.
Oh man. Oh my God. Yeah,
It's
that's
too,
gonna be
it's
that's
too old.
gonna-
Just put boxing gloves
They
on
gotta
those
go on
guys,
tour
man.
with that short boy.
Yeah.
Kings of comedy. The old white kings of comedy.
Yeah, that was when Biden's like, "Will you shut up, man?" That's-
Man. Smoke gonna fall down out of fucking thin
They're
air.
like- that was like it's like an old man fight you see at the grocery store. You know, like they're like,
Two old
like fighting
motherfuckers.
over the same cart. Like, this is my cart. Hey,
Fighting 5 mile an hour.
Shut up.
That's gonna be some comical motherfucking
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
right there. Fighting on the cricket court.
Yeah, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Probably.
God, that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Mhm.
I mean, and shit's just getting more and more personal.
Yeah, it's
Or you done buried your old bitch out in the backyard of your goddamn house, motherfucker. I got material. I can write material for both of them. I promise. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great. Yeah, I think maybe I'm hoping, man. I think it would be. But you said there's no minimum vote. Like you ain't got enough. You ain't got enough. We got to do this shit over, right?
I don't think. So, I don't know. Do you need?
I don't think I've ever looked that up. What if they don't have enough votes? Then what? What if motherfuckers
think
just
that'll ever
don't go
happen.
vote?
I don't think
it'll
that,
ever.
no.
Some people still really believe in this shit.
A candidate needs the vote of at least 270 electors. No, that's the electoral college, though.
Yeah, then there's that bullshit. Where is this place at? What street is it on? I need an address to the electoral college.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this works. This is this is
Some
blowing.
bullshit.
This is blowing my mind. I can't even figure. I can't make heads or tails of if there's a minimum or not. I guess there would be, but the electoral college thing, they just need a minimum number of those votes.
Yeah, if anybody knows
So
the
it do-
address to
so
the
it doesn't-
electoral college,
Well, I guess we could.
put it in the
Where
comments.
is the
Google Earth that building for me.
Where's the electoral college located? Yeah, it's not an actual place.
Of course not.
Yeah, it's the name.
Probably
of
not
a,
actual people.
It's the name of a process. Yeah, so it's not a place. That's what I thought. But I don't know. Back in the day, it probably was a place because it's like. So this is my understanding. I'm just trying to remember high school civics.
Uh-oh.
So
Take it back, dog.
So like back in the day, they couldn't like electronically send the votes or whatever, and they didn't want to like they couldn't mail them or anything either. So like, they would have votes in each one of the colonies or whatever, or the states. Whenever I guess they were probably the states at that point. So they'd have votes in all the states, and then they'd actually send a dude to be like, go tell them what we voted, And he would get on his horse and he would ride to Washington, and he would be like, Virginia voted for this guy. And then they would go, that's how they would decide. Because they wouldn't actually be able to total up all the votes from everybody, because back in the day, that shit would have taken forever and it would have been impossible. So the Electoral College was actually a group of people that they just sent.
In what region does it say? 'Cause I'm wondering if that's why Iowa is always so important.
Well, Iowa's important, I think, because it can go either way a lot.
Okay.
So each state has a number of Electoral College votes that it's worth, basically. So when the state says, "Yep, we voted for this guy," they get like 13 Electoral College votes.
Dog, how long you been out of high school?
A while.
You still remember that shit?
Yeah. Public school's pretty good. Yeah. And then they get, so once they get 270 votes, then they win. But the thing now is you don't have to do that anymore, because now we actually could count everybody's vote, and they could just make whoever is, because the way it works right now is you can get less votes but still win because the Electoral College is like that. Which is kind of fucked up, because now they can just total everything up like instantly. So a lot of people think we should switch to popular vote, because that was the thing with Hillary Clinton. People said that if we just did popular vote, then Hillary Clinton would have won.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, because she
Was
got
it against Trump?
It was Trump.
Trump.
It was,
The first.
Yeah.
First run.
Yeah. So yeah, she got more actual votes than he did, but he still won because he got the Electoral College votes. And I guess those Electoral College motherfuckers can go in there and just vote for whoever they want to anyway.
Right. That's
From
their power.
from my
That's their
understanding,
power.
they don't even have to actually vote the way that the state voted.
Exactly.
So they could just determine. I don't.
Which is that shit in the game. That's the shit in the game. That's what we call that shit in the game.
Yeah. So I don't know who it is, but I guess each state would have one like designated person who actually like goes in there and like, we voted for this guy.
All fixed.
But back in the day, you needed to do that.
You
You had to actually send a dude on a horse to ride the fuck out there.
Probably worked back then.
And go tell him. Yeah, I mean, it was probably way more corrupt then, because like, how would they even know if it was corrupt?
Right.
Like, the dude could probably go, and then they could all vote for whoever they wanted to, and then they could come back and just be like, "Oh yeah, it didn't work out," and that's all they would have to say, and everyone would just be like, "Ah, shucks, I guess it didn't work out." Like, they would have no way to check or whatever. There's no like paper trail. You know, so shit was probably way more corrupt. And now there's like all these digital footprints and shit. Like the election this last election was supposedly the most secure election that like
is that what they said?
like anybody's ever had.
Well, yeah.
Like they're doing all these investigations into it, and all they're finding is that they actually did a pretty good job.
All right. Well, let's see what y'all do this next time.
Yeah. Well, this next time before it even starts, and it's already happening. Like for the congressional races, these people were going out there being like, "I'm gonna win, and if I don't win, it's because of election fraud." Like,
a lot of people spitting that shit
before the voting even happened. They were like, "If I don't win, it's because of fraud. So I'm gonna win, or I'm gonna be talking about fraud."
Who was Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
That's when that shit. Yeah.
Because
I had never heard of an election fraud before that. Other than
because it doesn't really happen that often.
Well, I don't know how old you were when this happened, but a lot of, and I found it real surprising that nobody even mentioned this once, but Bush Jr. and Al Gore, he was actually our president for about a week.
Yeah, that was controversial.
Yeah, and there was no like,
it's 2001
cover stories about 01. There was no cover stories on it. You know what I mean? This dude was our president for a week. And then all of a sudden, in the same state that Bush's brother is the governor in, the vote gets held up. We do a recount.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It was that. Yeah, I found that real. So I guess there has been an election fraud.
I mean, there's probably. I mean, there's always some.
There's always some.
There's gotta always be.
Why would there not be? Motherfuckers come up missing during that shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely some influences.
I like all the investigations they did that turned up like Trump voters voting 5 times and shit. So it's like, oh yeah, we found some fraud. Thanks for making us check. You lost 5 votes.
You actually lost people.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, those ones where they were like, oh yeah, actually you lost by more than we thought you did. I like those ones were pretty fun.
And Georgia was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's where he took it real personal. I think that's where he took it real personal.
Is it just like you get to a certain age and you start caring about who's president more? Like, did you start caring about who's president,
I ain't never gave a fuck.
or is it just because of who has been president, or
Like
because
I
of the way?
ain't like I said, I was in a prison cell when
Yeah,
Obama
right.
won, so I didn't. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm in prison.
I never really cared until now, but now I'm like super, like I'm so tired of like I'm like, when is election season gonna feel not stressful? And I'm like, never, probably never. Like
Even all like the slander commercials and shit.
yeah,
Like I
like
never really.
all the text messages and shit you get, like, hey Tom, it's Joe Gonzalez, and I'm running for Democratic senator of Minnesota, and I
Yeah,
need your
I'm like,
money. I'm like,
man,
how the fuck
like,
did
how
you
the
get?
fuck
How did you get my number?
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota, motherfucker. You know where I'm at? Yeah, I just told a client this yesterday, man. I was cutting his hair, and we were talking about, there's two things you're never supposed to talk about in the barbershop is politics and religion, but for some reason, you know what I mean, people think I want to talk about it. So I
Yeah,
was
well,
like,
that's
you
all.
know what?
Politics is really all anybody wants to. And I don't even want to talk about it. And I feel like we talk about it a lot.
We do.
And we started the show explicitly like we're not going to talk
We're
about
not.
it. But you can't not.
I don't like. I've never voted. I've never registered to vote. I've
Yeah.
never depended. Like it's like I told my client the other day. Like, bro, like I've been on both sides of the law. I've been on the good side, the bad side. I've been up. I've been down. I've done good, and I've done bad. No politician has ever hurt me or helped me. All these bills and laws and all that shit they passing down, you know what I mean? Like, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go get what I want to go get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no, like I said, no politician has ever hurt me or helped me in my day to day living.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Prices go up, prices go down. If you want to eat, you want to get to where you gotta go, you gotta pay for that shit. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about who the governor is. I don't give a fuck about who the city councilman is, the mayor. I don't give a fuck about none of them motherfuckers. Because they talking a language that I don't speak.
Yeah.
All of them are all rich.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you definitely ain't in my class.
Well, that's true.
We
It's always
definitely
like-
don't
You
relate.
see the shit with the mayor where it's like you spend too much time at your lake house in Ashland, so you're barely even from Lincoln or whatever. Like whatever the fuck is going on. It's
Like, yeah.
and everybody's looking into her like $2 million lake house and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, must be nice anyway.
You know what I'm saying? As a mayor?
And it's like, of course, the roads around here are fucking shit because you don't
$2
ever have to.
mil?
You don't ever have to drive on those motherfuckers.
That's living real fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
And I
don't-
doubt that's because like mayors don't get paid that much.
No.
No.
Hell no.
So I'm sure they're rich because of some other shit, but
It's whatever you back.
yeah, like mayors actually don't get paid shit.
Whatever organization,
Yeah.
whoever you pushing, whatever you belong to, as long as everybody's willing to get that money for you to fight their fight, to say what they
Mhm.
want to say louder than what they can say it anymore. Whether you're with gun laws or against them, somebody's gonna pay you. Whether you're with them or you're against them, somebody's
Yeah,
gonna
and
pay you.
fucking guns, man. Guns are going. Like I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen, but something needs to happen. Cause
Definitely.
what was there? There was like 4 in 48 hours.
Man,
like
you see
4
that
mass
shit in
shootings.
Omaha and Target, man.
Yeah, that was like that was suicide by cop for sure. Cause I read like somebody put on Facebook like the full like police like it was like like at this time he did this and then at this time the full breakdown like by the second what he did the whole time. So he went in there with a gun in a like a big cardboard box.
I'm with you. I already know where you're going with it.
And then he took the gun out and then it said he pointed it at a Target employee and then he just started shooting it at the ceiling.
See, now I'm feeling you. I'm with you 110%.
Yeah.
Dog, you go in there with what he had.
Yeah, because he
Ain't
shot.
much you can hide behind.
Yeah, he shot a lot of. He just
random
He
shit.
was just shooting stuff. He
Just
shot
random
like
shit.
he shot like the drink coolers.
Yeah,
he was shooting up
yeah,
the
yeah.
ceiling.
He
Like,
had no intention.
he could have killed like 40 people probably.
Easy.
But,
Easy.
Yeah,
easy,
no, he
easy.
he didn't even hit anybody else.
And that's what I was like, man.
And then the cops came in and waxed him, and that was it.
the motherfuckers was on point, wasn't they? The motherfuckers dropped out of the sky, didn't they? God damn.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes. He was in there shooting for 10 minutes, and then the cops came and killed him. And that was it.
Shit. Shout out to OPD.
Yeah,
man.
so yeah, good job for sure. 'Cause
God damn.
but yeah, I feel like the only reason that wasn't bad is because that dude, he wasn't there to do that.
I don't think he knew really what the fuck he was doing. I mean, he was
Yeah.
suffering from mental
Yeah,
health.
like I don't think he went in there. Like obviously, I I don't think he went there intending to shoot anybody because he didn't.
Because he didn't.
He pointed his gun at somebody and then shot into the ceiling.
But how in the fuck was he able to get that? Who's the motherfucker that sold him that? I mean,
those aren't even like it's just like I have one of those, you know. It's like
no, it ain't the gun. I don't care about the gun. I don't care about the rounds. If a guy wants a 1,000-round clip, he should be able to have it. If a guy wants a certain butt stock, fuck, man, get that motherfucker. I don't give a shit. Sure. But when a motherfucker come in there all bug-eyed and googly tooth at you and ask you for one of them, you supposed to know this motherfucker special.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's asking a lot.
Come back tomorrow.
You know, they're not like.
Let me get your fingerprint. Let me get you information.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but like then like the dude at the gun shop isn't a psychologist, you know.
Now I understand that, but when a motherfucker come in here and he ain't quite right, and I guess that's just my judge.
I mean, he could have got it years ago when he was normal, you know.
I don't know if dude was ever normal, man. He had major problems. His uncle
had that thing for years.
His uncle said he was crying for help for years for this kid. Yeah, man.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is shit like that gets ignored.
That's exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
It's always like, oh yeah, we knew he was fucked up.
I can ride down the street. I can walk down the street. I can sit on the street corner, and I know when somebody ain't quite right.
Yeah,
I just know.
Yeah,
they ain't gotta say a word to me.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm at on the gun thing anymore. Honestly,
I definitely don't think anybody and everybody should have them. You definitely shouldn't be carrying this motherfucker.
I'd like to
everywhere.
I'd like to live in a world where everybody could have what they wanted, but that would be a world where nobody would go shooting up movie theaters and shit.
Right.
And unfortunately, we don't live in a world where people don't go shoot up schools. So, like, it'd be nice to say, if you want to have a machine gun, you should be able to have one.
I don't give a fuck how big it is.
But that also requires that nobody would go use that machine gun and fucking shoot up a mall. People definitely would. So I don't even know where I'm at.
Most gun owners, are responsible. I mean,
yeah. Well, and even like outside of the mass shootings, like, oh yeah, I left my car unlocked and I had two shotguns in there, and some 17-year-olds came and stole them. It's like, well, man,
you supposed to know better, dog. That angers me too, because that's how little homies in the hood get killed. Mm-hmm. That's how little homies in the hood get maimed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that always bothered me too. You know what I mean? Especially growing up and realizing some of the damage that I've done. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, man, you got to be more responsible than that, because you know where that's going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that ain't going to no pawn shop. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be in the right hands if they stole it out of your car. Yeah, especially today. You got it.
Yep.
Did they make it a crime? Did they pass that?
Yeah, I think it should be
too. So if your gun here in Lincoln, if your gun gets stolen out of your car,
yeah,
no matter if they use it or not,
I think so. I think that's a crime now.
So if you don't report it and they get caught with it and they find your piece, you're still charged.
Yeah, probably. I think so. I guess I don't know for sure if it passed or not. I think it did.
I heard. I think what was that?
I think it was a year ago. Yeah.
That's deep.
I think so. Well, and then there's that 6-year-old that brought that gun to school and shot his teacher. And apparently 3 times that day that people at the school were like, "Hey, this kid's talking about having a gun. We should search him." And the administration didn't want to get in trouble for searching the kid.
That ain't nothing to play with.
No, it's not.
Hey, come here, little fucker.
No, you know what they kept saying? They kept saying, "Oh, it's 2:00. The day's almost over." And this lady got shot at like 3.
Bring your little ass here. Give me that bag, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if I get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
teacher ain't gonna get shot today.
Teacher got shot.
I'll shake a little 6-year-old down boy in a minute.
So yeah, they're getting sued pretty bad, which that's a come up, man. I think she just got winged a little bit. I think she's fine.
Yeah, I think she got shot.
And I think she's gonna get a few $1 million for that for sure.
And that little boy suffered from some special needs, but at the same time, like.
Well, and his parents were like, "Well, the gun was locked in a safe."
Yeah, I mean, how'd he get in the safe, get the trigger lock off, and I'm assuming he had to load it and rack this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Some slides are but not for a 6-year-old.
I think I read somewhere that other kids had been saying stuff. They had been bringing a gun like a couple times.
Damn.
Like that wasn't the first time he'd done that shit.
Damn, G, that could. Damn.
And imagine being a grown adult and a 6-year-old pulling a piece on you.
Damn.
Like, you'd be shitting yourself.
Damn. You couldn't bust
Like,
a move.
You'd be shitting yourself even worse than if another adult was pointing a gun.
Because how would you talk a 6-year-old down? You got to talk to him.
Yeah,
like
well,
you're
and they have
6?
no idea what they're doing. They definitely have their finger on the like. You're a
Ah.
millisecond away from getting blasted. At
Damn,
any,
G.
At any fucking moment.
Yeah, that's crazy as shit to think about.
Yeah, imagine a 6-year-old just pulling up on you. Wow.
That's crazy as shit to think about.
Yeah.
I remember in elementary school, man, we did tornado drill. Tornado drills and shit, and bomb drills and shit.
Yeah.
Now they're doing, and I'm
Active
right over here
shooter
around the
shit,
corner from a
yeah.
school, so I hear that, I hear that shit when they do the shit, man. And I'm like, damn, that's what they're fucking doing now, man. They're doing fucking shooting drills over here at this fucking school today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just real eerie to see. It's just eerie to watch. Like, whoa, this shit is fucking deep.
Yeah, and is
man.
she? You think that teacher's like scared of kids? Do you think she has like anytime she sees a toddler, she's like
That's a great,
fucked up
that's
about
a
it?
good question.
I mean, not that it's funny, but
If anybody, needs looking out for, man, are these educators, man.
yeah,
The abuse that they're taking from some of these students, man. I mean,
yeah, that too getting fucking fried.
I think we talked about it in an earlier episode where the state of Missouri made it legal again for
Oh, they did.
I
don't
to
know that we
kick
did
a
talk
kid's
about that.
ass, basically.
They did.
Yeah, they just did it. I think
Shit.
last year, a few months ago, where you can restrain a kid, where a teacher can defend themselves. In so many words, I'm putting it in my words, where they can defend themselves.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm for that shit. Like, a teacher should be able to defend themselves.
Yeah, return of spanking.
Yeah.
August 31st, 2022.
They was still doing that shit in the 80s, man, when I was in elementary school, man.
Oh, it's opt-in, so the parents got to be like, hell yeah, spank my kid.
yeah, fuck him up, homeboy.
Mm.
Yeah, I got a couple kids I would have get it okay for. My mom probably would have get it okay for. Well, my mom did get it okay for us. We had that one teacher in elementary that it didn't matter what grade you were in, kindergarten, 4th grade, 6th grade. There was that one teacher where if
She's
you
kicking
fucked up
your
in
ass.
school, you were going to his classroom for the day, and he was gonna be in your motherfucking ass.
Oh, it was a dude?
Yeah,
It seems worse when it's a guy.
and yeah,
Right.
black
Like-
dude too.
Like
He
it
was-
seems like less okay. Like I picture like an old lady smacking you with a ruler, and that seems like okay.
Well, we had another teacher where she was the lady, and she just got a
I mean,
school.
not okay.
She just got a school named after her
Yeah.
out south of
it doesn't
town.
seem okay. I don't like it at all.
I'm with it.
No,
I'm with it.
Not with it.
If you gotta,
I'm not with it. Dude, it leaves kids like
especially if there's a kid.
kids don't need to be scared like that at school. They don't do nothing.
Okay, they're scared. We talked about this the other day about like dads and shit. Were you ever scared of your dad? And I was like, yeah, to
Yeah,
a
you don't
point.
need to be scared.
Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
But I didn't fear him. I was afraid to go home, or you know what I mean, nothing
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, you ought to be scared of your father just a little bit, because how you gonna get where you need to go?
Yeah.
If I don't correct
I don't
you.
think so. I got spanked a little bit towards the beginning of my parents being parents, and it didn't do shit for me. You know, like it didn't make me
Did for me,
learn better.
Did
and
for
I still
me.
and I still turned out pretty good.
because
Yeah.
whatever I got spanked for, I just told my son this the other day. Yeah, I got spankings. I didn't get abused.
Yeah.
I didn't get beat, but yeah, I got spankings, and I'm more than sure I didn't do that particular thing again. Didn't mean I
Yeah,
wasn't
but-
gonna do some other different shit.
Well, see,
but
but
for
then
what I
there's
got
the-
caught for,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I
see-
definitely ain't doing
See,
that.
then there's the
again.
difference because then like you don't know why you got in trouble. You just know you're not going to do that again.
Oh,
Whereas,
no.
whereas if you know
Yeah,
why you got
yeah.
in trouble, then you might be able to not do the same type of thing again. You
Oh
know what
no,
I'm saying?
no. See, you got to break
You
it
know?
down. See, my parents, especially my dad, he would break that shit down for you to the point where he would chop you down and made you feel that fucking small.
Mm-hmm.
He would definitely explain to you why this was some stupid ass shit.
So it was
And
both.
that-
That's
yeah,
it.
it was
Yeah,
both.
so
You was
it's-
getting that.
it's a little
My
better.
mom, She was talking to you while she was whooping your ass, telling you why this was some stupid shit. So you know what I mean? My parents, and that was my whole thing. You got to be able to give it to a kid why you shouldn't do this, why you shouldn't have did this, and why your dumb ass ain't gonna do it no more.
Yeah.
Without sugarcoating any words.
Yeah, stuff's just different now.
Yeah, it is different now, and that's why it is different.
And it's like, and I don't think I don't think one way is more or less effective than the other. It's just
It
like,
depends on who you are. Depends on who the kid
yeah,
is. Yeah, like I said, I got my ass whooped a lot, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It didn't make me any more violent than the next person.
Mhm.
My shit I got into was my shit. I didn't go to prison because my parents whooped my ass when I was a kid. I went to prison because I was doing stupid ass shit. Some people, I went to prison because I got beat. You know, give me that bullshit. You went to prison because you did some stupid ass shit at 26 years old, not because some shit that happened to you when you're 6 years old. I sometimes find that hard to believe. There are cases where a motherfucker had a fucked up life.
Yeah.
And I've been in cells with those guys where I'm like, damn, dog, this is the least you've done? Damn. But most of the time, there was a lot of times where I needed to be corrected. And sometimes it was getting an ass whooping, but most of the time it was me being told why this was some stupid ass shit and why you probably shouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think that works pretty good.
Just
like,
wasn't just
like, here's why that was dumb. And you know why that was dumb, because it
didn't
work out for you.
Because it didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
And my dad, man, the way he would do it, you just be like, damn. Just be like, damn, man, fuck, man. Just go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. Fuck it. You know what I mean? And you feel dumb for it. You know what I mean? To the point where you avoid him for a couple days, you know, so you can polish that situation off. But I don't know. The accountability, I don't know. I don't know if parents are just have to be. I'm not saying by choice, but today parents have to be a little less involved in some of their kids' lives just because of the way of living today.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to be a little less involved.
I do too, especially at a certain age. Especially at a certain age. I mean, even like I talked about
I feel like when kids are teenagers, they can kind of start figuring shit out.
You got to start figuring the shit out. You got to quit coddling them. And even
like, hey man, you can call and make a dentist appointment. You know that?
You can do that. You can do that. Hell yeah, you goddamn right.
Yeah,
I see it every day in here where it's usually the 12s to the 16s. You know, and I think, and yeah, granted, I lived 3 blocks from the barbershop growing up, you know what I mean? But I think I was going to get my hair cut by myself at like 8, 9 years old. My mom wasn't taking me no more. And if my dad didn't have time.
That's really different now.
It's really where their mom's sitting here, you know, I'm like, yo, bro, what you want to do with it? And, you know, and they look at their mom, and I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'll turn him around where he can't see his mom no more. And I got to make him talk to me. And then they just get small on you. I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? What's up with this shit, man?
Yeah, that's a lot different. But I was kind of talking about this with my wife the other day too. It's like that's a lot different, but also people used to get kidnapped a lot more often too. You know, like when I was a kid, like it really was
90s.
like it really was like I was like, all right, mom, bye, and I would just get on my bike and I would tell her like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house or whatever, and she would just be like, okay, but she would actually have no idea where I was at. I could have been going.
You wasn't a cell phone kid.
Yeah, I could have been going. I could have been
kid.
going anywhere. And she was just like, okay, come back when the streetlights come on, and I just did. But I could have been going anywhere. And if I would, like, if somebody would have scooped me up and grabbed me, she'd have no fucking clue. Until like 8 hours later, when she started being like, oh, the streetlights are on, he should be home soon, but he's not. And then like 4 hours after that, she'd probably be like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah, times are different. Because even and
like I don't even know that she was that worried about it. Not that she should have been. Not that I'm like she's bad for that, but she shouldn't have been worried about it because I was just over the other street over.
I mean, creeps were out. Creeps
house,
were out. I just don't. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Because even growing up in the '80s, we talked about this. Me and my wife the other day, like we had like what they called like safety walkers. Say it was a 6th grader. You know what I mean? It was his, and you lived on the same street or on the same block, and he would stop at every other corner and wait, you know what I mean, and gather kids and to the next block or and by the time we got to school, we were 25, maybe 30 deep.
That's a good idea.
So if somebody pulled up and tried to take one of us, man, we about to fuck you up, man. We gonna strip your car, we gonna have all your jewelry, and you gonna be laying here bleeding. You know, we were little hood kids, you know what I mean? but, but yeah, wasn't nobody doing that shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't a worry to where now, I guess what they call them helicopter parents,
Yeah.
where parents gotta, they got the internet and all that shit where they gotta hover over their child. So yeah, I guess times are different with that, but at the
Yeah,
same
but people do
time,
get kidnapped less,
yeah,
which is good.
yeah, yeah. Technology,
It's a balance.
it's a balance. Like I said, creeps were out everywhere, but we didn't have the technology bullshit.
Uh-huh.
They wasn't able
some
to find.
some people go a little far with it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, that's all the time we got. Check us out on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. I mean, a little bit. I haven't posted on TikTok in a long, long time just because I haven't really been fucking with social media myself. I haven't been on my own Instagram in weeks.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Like I said, I gotta start paying attention to it a little more.
Yeah,
I'm just doing it
so
enough to keep it alive.
we suck at TikTok just because
I suck at Instagram.
I've just been kind of pulling away from social media, which I think is okay to do.
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
It is.
Yeah, especially when all anybody's talking about is Chinese balloons and Russia nuking everybody, and social media ain't doing shit for me right now.
It ain't doing.
It's just showing my wife a bunch of like, oh, my dog died today, and she like, dude, she said sometimes I come home and she's just like tears.
Well, what's that shit?
Thinking about all these people's dogs.
The algorithm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what
they keep that shit in your mind.
That's what I told her. I was like, you keep watching those. Those are the ones you watch like 3 times, and you look at the comments, and you click on them, and you look at what.
Look up flip flops and see what happens.
Yeah, so like it's gonna keep showing that to you, but it like wrecks her every single time, which I understand. She's an emotional.
I told my wife,
and it's sad. Like seeing stuff about dogs dying, it makes you think about your dogs dying.
Yeah, yeah, especially dogs.
Yeah, then you're sad. You just look at your dogs and you're like, man, I'm gonna be sad.
Yeah, I had to tell my mom that the other day. Like, Mom, that if you look at that once, that's all they're gonna show you. That's all they're gonna put in your face. That's the algorithm.
Yeah. So, anyways, we appreciate everybody listening to the show.
Keep us in the algorithm.
Yeah, keep us in your algorithm. Even though we don't post a ton, because we're just, I don't know, we're just chilling, man. I just don't feel like paying that much attention to it, to be honest. But recording the show is fun, so I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, but I just don't got the energy to be cutting up TikTok clips and shit.
Yeah, TikTok's too much for me.
Yeah,
it's too much for me.
Yeah. Anyways, despite all this shit talking we just did, follow us on our social media, like us, subscribe. We do post to YouTube quite a bit. So,
I fuck with YouTube all day.
So subscribe on YouTube. Videos are on YouTube and Spotify. Audio is pretty much wherever you want it to be. Tell your friends, because that's how we're gonna grow, get more listeners. We appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate everybody who's been listening since day one. Appreciate everybody who is catching up. You got 69 episodes to catch up on if this is your first one. So get on that.
Shooting for that honey.
Yeah. But yeah. See you guys later. Have a good week.
Holla.